Z3D Prints here on Saturday afternoon. It's now 3:32 p.m. in the afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. 3D Medic fans, how are you doing, sir? Did you have a nice evening and morning? So, I need to know, because yesterday or this morning I figured out that somebody wanted to see the live stream or wanted to rewatch the live stream, but this person said like it was unbearable to watch because the ads were way too louder than the actual live stream itself. That being said, I have entered my I was watching the settings for the live stream. Everything seems to be fine. Audio is overdriven. By what? Really? Oh, yeah. So the mic is now within yellow. How does it sound now? How's the music on the background? If it can be called background music. And you can hear the printer. Yeah, well. Fuck. So and how is the audio now? Ambient. You know, the thing is, I cannot really live here. Do a 1, 2, 3 count. Increase a little. So how is this? Because sometimes I also want to talk a little bit more silent, but I cannot really listen back how it sounds. Because if I change the headphone, or if I would use headphones and put them on, then all sound and music is going over the headphones. That's better. You like this? It's not too loud, but also not too soft. How's the desktop audio sound? It's cool inside. We want a garden stream. No, you don't want to have a garden stream. My garden looks like crap. It's looking terrible. If you see how my garden looks like, as we say it in Dutch, de moed zakt in je schoenen. I cannot hear the desktop audio. I can make it really dark in here, that it almost looks like evening. Yeah. What shall I then say, Tunkai? I'm unlucky because my wife doesn't like to do any gardening. Also, that is a task for the guy, the man of the house. No, I'm very happy with the wife that I have. Although she doesn't do all the things that needs to be done, she does do amazing. Yeah, so currently on the bamboo piss, it's printing the jigs for drilling the holes. On the QD-Tech, the other part from this one is being printed. I just want to test out the audio, how it sounds, because it's really annoying because Windows Audio has also a tab with microphone settings. So that one was like 20 or 30%. So how much I tried, it didn't, it was terrible. No, that's not what I meant. I'm lucky. My wife loves doing the garden. Oh, okay. So she doesn't like to do that. It's also a test for the guy. I hear that. Why not tell us about your favorite pair of socks? Well, I don't have a favorite pair of socks. They are all the same. And I always wear the same pair of socks. Different pairs, of course, but they are all looking the same. If one breaks, I can toss that one away and take another one. Montana Maker! Howdy, the new studio setup looks great. Oh, thank you. Did you see the video from Friday? I was looking at it, how it turned out, you know, the whole recording thing. It looks beautiful. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's good for what I need to use it for. And in the evenings it can get cold here. Shall I make it really dark here? Just what's this? Welcome to the live stream of Zachary 3D Prints. Let's make it into the evening, shall we? And just like that, it looks like it's Friday evening. Oh fuck! Oh my gosh, I hate that one. So freaking much. Yeah, so for the LED lights that I used to use back in 2020 and still using, for daytime lighting, they are amazing. But there is this dimmer on it, and I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's very annoying because it's very sensitive, and if it is not correct, then it starts flickering. It's freaking annoying. I mean, looks now okay, but I'm going to save up for another Elgato key light. So I've got one here, and another one is going to be placed here, and that one is going, I don't know what. So I wanted to print something on my Creality Ender 6. But I'm also using the Orca slicer for bamboo for the Bamboo P1S. So yeah, I'm very happy with the result so far. Still, there are some layer lines that I don't like on this part, so I'm going to build the Creality Ender 3 NG new generation, and I think it's going to be amazing. Yeah, it's great. Look if I can switch over to something that I was running yesterday as well.
So when it comes to 3D printing, I always like to use Polymaker, and especially their new Panchroma filaments. They are amazing, and I still don't understand why not more people are using Pangroma from Polymaker. It's the best filament, having also a lot of colors. Look at how beautiful that looks like. My gosh, I know, Zach, I don't know where he is, he just left. And I thought, like, why not making a little advertisement of Polymaker? Go to polymaker.com and get your Pangroma or many other amazing filaments from Polymaker. I know, this sounds a little bit sketchy, but trust me, if you are looking for some filaments, don't look any further. Just head out to polymaker.com or maybe Pangroma. Oh, let's head over to that. Let's copy one of your amazing schools and say hi from Polyfill.
So that was Polyfill. He had a great announcement or great ad for that would be amazing. Yeah. So I will be making more, and this one was a pretty simple setup, but I want to do more of those kind of sketches as well. I'm going to order some mustaches and some other wigs as well, maybe some clothes. Let's make it cool, you know. Why message retracted? Did you have a typo? Thanks. Yeah, I'm going to use my sense of humor, some wordplay, bad dad jokes, stuff like that. So yeah, those ads are going to run more. Not only Polymaker, I'm going to see if it is also possible to get other sponsors for the channel, like Big Free Tech, maybe PCBWay, LDO, some other companies as well. And in return, I'm going to make some advertisements with Polyfill. Maybe if it is a brand that does make tool heads or hot hands, then it would be Metalhead John, something like that. Hot Head John, something like that. Been traveling. Ooh. Okay, cool. Drive safely, Montana Maker. Hey, FTT, how are you doing? Yeah, so this ad without music and a little bit shortened because the requirements for Polymaker to run an ad during their live streams has to be between the 30 seconds and the 60 seconds. So I had to remove the music and I had to make it a little bit shorter so that they can run it during their live streams as well. So I sent it over. I did use a link in order to do that. So has everyone ever managed to put firmware supporting BL Touch on an Ender 3 with 1.1.4 mainboard? There is a way. I do have a mainboard here, but when you are going to reflash firmware, yeah, so this is the 4.2.2 board. But if you have an older version, I'm thinking about, I think I have one. Just a second. I used to have a box with main boards in there, or controller boards. Anyways, so I tried to look for it, but I couldn't find it. So the boards nowadays, you can flash with firmware using the USB port or even with an SD card with already pre-compiled firmware. On the older boards, right beside the main controller chip, the microchip, you have a 6-pin in a configuration of 2x3. That is the ICSP kind of connector. With your BL Touch or your bed probing, there is, especially if the one comes from Creality, it is already with a USB kind of stick where you have this connector on. I know from the box that I use, that I have for controller boards, there's also this kind of USB to ISP stick to it. So you hook it up and the other one goes into or your computer or maybe a Raspberry Pi, where you can flash the firmware onto the board. I have seen some videos they manage that, but I can't find firmware for it. Ooh. I put bootloader with an Arduino. Oh, that's cool. So then you have this kind of device that you need to have in order to flash firmware onto the board. What you also can do is go to the Big 3Tech website and buy one of those SKR boards for the Creality N3 or similar. Hey, Photo Anima, how are you doing? What's up? I'm doing well. It's like 24-25 degrees outside, and here it's just chilling. It's basically also 25 degrees. See, what's colder? Pin 27. Only I can find firmware. Then there are websites from Creality with support on that. And they also have pre-compiled firmware for the Big 3Tech for the BL Touch. So, but the audio, the microphone, the music, everything is now not too loud, not too soft, just perfect like this. I tried for 2 weeks now. Which kind of 3D printer you have? Creality N3 with a 1.1.4 board and a BL Touch. Let me help you out. directly under the website from Creality support, firmware download, and then there you have it. And there is one with an 8-bit underscore 1.1.4 and 1.1.5 Marlin version. So this is one of the rigs for drilling the holes. And then clamp it and then drill the holes. You're very much welcome, FTT. Of course it doesn't work. What were you expecting, Zach? Yeah, I tried to see if yeah, you have to click a little bit further, but once you find it, that's good to go. It's good to go. Have Hey MJ, good morning. Hope you have a pleasant day. I've been actually, I have actually been on Reddit page plenty. Didn't see the drive link. Blame me. Yeah, I can imagine. But the link that I just shared comes from Creality themselves. So I mean, like, better you won't get, or maybe you can, but is it good? So yesterday I already mentioned that I'm going to work on the Ender 3 NG build. I disassembled the whole Creality Ender 3 Pro, and in order to get all the parts that I need for the whole build, because it's basically a Creality Ender 3 next generation. Hex file. There I only found the hex file for 1.1.4. But which kind of file are you looking for then? Because if you are looking for a hex file, the only thing that I can think of, go to Prusa Slicer, connect your printer with Prusa Slicer, and then upload firmware through the Prusa Slicer. There you can put the hex file directly onto the printer and flash it like that, I think. No, it might not be the one you shared. Hex didn't work. Then we do it again. And I'm going to show you what I found. This is the website from Creality. You click here on firmware download. Then you have here several options. I choose the upper one, assuming you have the Creality Ender 3 with a 1.1.4 board. Yeah, you click on it. Then you get the Google Drive. Here you find a file 8-bit underscore 1.1.4 and 1.1.5. And as you can see here, you see also a picture of a laptop connected with the ribbon cable. And I can play the video, but I don't want to have a copyright issue kind of thing going on. But here you double click on this, and then you have a file here. This is 1.1.6 RAR. This is 1.1.6 hex. This is a zip folder. One point one point one. But this is basically Marlin 1.1.9. 1.1.6. But this is, yeah. I don't know. This is one from 2019. And of course, it's an hex file. And here, if you double click on it, I need to download. And I don't really have now Crealities with a 1.1.4 board. I don't have that. Creality page is different. Yeah. If you are here, you indeed would see. Okay, so this is the main page from Creality Official. Then you have this side, yeah, and it shows exactly what you can find. Here we explain the GD MCU as a replacement due to the global MCU supply issues. This firmware updates contains Ender 3, Ender 3 Pro, Ender 3 Max, Ender 5 Pro, Ender 2 Pro. Most 3D printer from 2022 adopt GD MCU. That's the one I don't have. The page. You want to have this one? There you go. Tunka, he is looking for a firmware for the Creality Ender 3 or Ender 3 Pro with a 1.1.4 controller board in there for the BealTouch. Anyways, thanks. I was looking for that drive I saw on one Reddit page. It might be the one I searched for. I tried later. Okay, cool. But I mean, if there are some issues and you cannot find it or it's not working, I can do certain things, but since I don't have a reality with this type of board anymore, I cannot really show. But you know, I don't mind to help you along the way. Okay, cool. But there you will just click on the red lines and then you will get to the right Google Doc link. Yeah, so I wasn't planning to do a long live stream since I'm also going this evening on Jerry's live stream in like 4 hours and 45 minutes or like that. So I won't make this into a long stream. I also want to chill, you know. I don't want to say like playing video games because I do like to do that, but yeah, you know, video game playing will always take longer. I do have an Elgato game capture card, which I can attach to my PlayStation, but then nobody wants to watch that. So, yeah. I'm currently waiting on the other part to be printed, and during the week I will print more parts. Yeah, Tunka, I did see your mail. I see that is 1.1.9. No, you have no permissions to post links in the chat. Well, you're not a moderator or a super moderator of the channel. Yeah, Marlin 1.1.9. But I want to see if I can get a Marlin version working on a newer printer. I see some speeds. Yeah, I also need to check the whole parts list for the Ender NG build. So making sure that I have all the fasteners that I need for the whole project, but also some other stuff as well. because I don't want to do a live stream where I don't have maybe some screws or some washers or some bearings or stuff like that. I've tried 1.1.1. It's a 1.1.4 board, yeah, 8-bit board. But I mean, I like it. It can sound a little bit confusing because Marlin back in those days had a 1.1.6 version and a 1.1.7 or 8 or whatever. So it can be a little bit confusing. Hey, Jose, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. I just tested out the mic level settings because this morning I saw in comments from somebody that he said like it's not bearable to watch the live stream. I wish I could, but you know the commercials are loud and the audio from the stream is very soft. Yes, it was low audio. Yeah, the thing was, there is a setting in Windows. If you are going to in the settings from audio, there you have a section about, you know, the desktop audio and stuff like that, but also the microphone. And the microphone there was like 30%. And I was like, why? So I janked it all up to 100%. But then people were complaining today during this live stream about how that there was too much gain and the printers were, you know, very present when it comes to sound. So, and that should not usually be the case. So just a little bit playing. I changed the audio or the microphone levels in Windows, and then now I have it at minus 6.7 decibels, and it's just, you know, the slider is just in the middle of the green and the yellow. The desktop audio is now 20.9 decibels, so minus 20.9 decibels. So all should be well for the next live stream. Yeah, I mean, I do like background music. The video that I made for Friday, I always used to you know, changing the audio in the DaVinci Resolve. I'm very used to that. I always had to do that when I was sitting downstairs in the old studio. But in this case, it was you know, I didn't notice that. Only when I was recording the polyfill ad for Polymaker, yeah, you know, like the popping sounds. So I don't know what happened there, but you know, I hope it doesn't happen again in the future. So yeah. And the thing was, like, I never had to do this during live streams, changing the audio that much. But, you know, in the advanced settings, then you need to put it at like 8 decibels or 6 decibels. And then you do something, and then it changes back into the original state. So every time, it was getting annoying. So yeah, this coming Friday, I will be doing a live stream again about the Creality and the 3NG build. It's going to be part 2, where I start building the frame for it. I already printed one part, although it is printed in ABS. I do see a lot of lines here. Maybe I should refine the settings a little bit, because this is looking horrible. I do have a little warp here, so I need to clean the bed, reapply the adhesion promoter, and then making sure that everything is looking smooth. Because that is going to be an eyesore, and especially this is a part for the left front section on the bottom, so you are always going to see this. But so far the part looks nice, especially the bottom, also very nice and smooth. Yeah, I made 2 jigs for drilling the holes. Like mentioned yesterday in the live stream, I'm going to drill the holes before I'm going to start the stream, because I don't want to do drilling during the evening. So I'm going off camera. I'm going to end this stream. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I will be joining this evening. I will be joining Jerry's live stream. I don't know at what time I'm going to do that, because it's not my stream. I can always enter whenever I like, or just stay away if I also want to. And clean the bed, check the screws, lubricate the moving parts. Yes, that's it. That is key to printer 3D printing or 3D printer maintenance. Making sure that your bed is clean, no debris, and ready to go. And if I say check the screws, meaning make sure that everything that needs to be tight is well tightened. And it also means like the screw rods, the belt tensioning, all those kind of things, and then lubricate the moving parts. You know, there's the saying in the mechanical world, or in the mechanics world, if it doesn't move but it needs to move, WD-40. If it moves but it's supposed not to be moving, duct tape. That's all I'm saying. Or maybe using some Loctite. That's also possible. So, see you later. Montana Maker, Tunkai, thank you. See you also tomorrow, I guess. I will come back on your email. FTT. If I try open that 1.1.1 in VS Code, it won't. That's terrible. But I hope there is a lot of information on the World Wide Web, and also a lot of people, cool people that want to help out. But I'm going off camera and I'm going to relax for a little bit. See you all later. Bye. Peace.